Hi guys, I am Lindt. Can you see me guys? I have this Lindor assorted chocolate truffles. I'm not sure I've eaten all of this before. This one is the blue one. Babe, oh babe, I meant guys. Today is September 4 and Michael and I are celebrating our first wedding anniversary on September 6th. On Thursday. So he wanted me to talk about our marriage. Milk chocolate, guys. Oh my god, that's round and milky, no wax taste because it is Lindt after all. I think this is white chocolate something. Yeah, we're still together, we're still married. Michael and I have been together since 2015. Married for a year, guys. Oh yes, it's white chocolate. Yeah, it's my favorite. And I prefer being married to him and than just being a boyfriend because it feels more secure. Like when you talk about emotions, you know where you have each other. You're not, dating. We date, but we're not boyfriend and girlfriends anymore. We have each other. We're husband and wife. I prefer it. I never like the dating process. It's and you don't know each other. And the LDR thing, it's very hard to do, being apart from each other, and yet you want to get to know each other. Oh my god. Oh, white chocolate. If you're going to listen to anything I tell you, you have to, especially if you're LDR, do everything that you can do to really know. I just dropped my things. To really get to know each other. And of course it goes without saying, before you get married, you have to, and I'm not saying you have to learn, you have to know the person years before you get married. It's not that. Some people, they need years to learn to get to know someone. It has something to do with connection, guys. I saw a book on Amazon, and I think Michael bought it for me, that says that love is about connection. It it's not about communication. So it's not just about chemistry, guys. It's not just about that, but it's about being bonded to someone, because your core, your thoughts, your emotions are linked with each other. You are a perfect match in so many ways. Your backgrounds, your likes, maybe even your dislikes, your main principles, so you're connected. Oh, that was yummy. Let me try the red one too. That is what will make you decide if you are going to marry that person. So not just emotions, guys, because if you really truly love the person, you wouldn't need to knock each other, to have a better marriage. No, if you have it from the beginning, and I'm not talking about the physical love now, that might fade away after 10 years or, change to something else. I don't think that would fade for me and Michael, but I'm talking about how you are as a person. That will not really change your core. I mean, you can change in some ways, but your core never ever, even if you become 100 plus, it should be a perfect match with each other, and no amount of talking could cure that. So yeah, love is about connection. If you have connection, if you are bonded, especially from the start, your soulmates, plus you get to know that person before you get married, and plus you do everything you can to have time with each other. Have privacy, guys. My God, don't live with any family member but that person, especially the first year. That will remove so much stress. If you can do it, especially the first 6 months. That's critical. But as I said, Michael and I are bonded, so we were able to get through it, even though we didn't have really privacy. But now we have it. So let's taste the red one. I'm not sure if this is the dark one. I don't think there's dark in this. The blue one before was dark, because this one is definitely milk. It's because dark chocolates in Europe is 70% cacao, while here it's 50 or 60. That's why both tasted like milk chocolate. So Michael and I have, of course, this 1 year being married with each other, of course we've had our misunderstandings, arguments. I mean, nothing very serious, nothing that, we were never violent with each other. We might have, or we have raised our voice, but we always made up. If we can't solve it that day, we'll solve it the next 2 days, or we would always sleep not being angry at we're usually not angry at each other, but it's misunderstandings, and it's usually other people, not so much with ourselves. Or maybe it's about ourselves if it's just like a small thing we didn't understand, and that's where communication comes in. So if you have the connection, of course better communication would help out, of course, but what I'm saying is that you have to have first and foremost the connection, and all other things would not be so big. It won't be overwhelming. It won't be impossible to solve. So if you have connection, then that's the only reason I would marry, at least at this age. When I was younger, when you're young, you don't really think, how should I marry this person? And of course, I would recommend not for you to marry so early. It's a bit hard if you want kids, because women should get kids at the age of 25, around that, 25 until 30. Of course, you can still have babies even when you're 40 plus, but 25 is the best time to get it. Your body is finished developing. You shouldn't get a kid before that, but I got Maria when I was 22. But so far, my impression, I love being married to Michael. My God, I love the way we debate. As you know, I love his brain. We're so much alike. We're both awkward, really. We're both introvert in our ways. I'm more social than him because I'm a woman and I'm born and raised in the Philippines. And even the shyest and most introvert person is much more social than here in the States or here or there in Europe. So, but otherwise we're very similar. So it helps a lot. And especially now that we have privacy, we can be ourselves, we can be goofy. If we want to be naked, we can do it, because our place here by the river, we have blinds and no one can see us. We have curtains, so we can literally be naked if you want to. The only curtain that is not covering us is in the kitchen, but we are elevated, so they can't really see unless they're in front of the kitchen. So I will buy curtain there. I told Michael I don't like that people can come close, and but yeah, especially now we can do anything we want. It makes us, I think, more intimate, closer to each other. Of course, we have responsibilities, we have our kids and we need to be with them sometimes, but I think it helps. It deepens a couple's relationship. But if you have stepkids and it's your second or third marriage, I have read that having kids, it doesn't matter if they live with you or not. If they're adults, it's the relationship that would last the longest. So even if you don't have any kid with each other or from the past, compared to those who have kids or stepkids, because it really, I read that it really challenges your relationship, and if you truly love truly have connection and you go through it, usually you go through it because you really love each other. That will test your relationship, that will make your relationship stronger. So even though it was hard, especially for me, because it drains me when I'm with so many people, I am thankful for that still. If we would like go on a time machine, I would put it at the end of the first year though, because I still think you still have to be alone with your husband or wife, just mostly you and him, for at least 6 months. So, but otherwise, I mean, before, when Michael and I were still doing the LDR, I knew I felt it in my gut that he's the right person, you know. Yes, I didn't know him that well because it's not the same, you know, dating. I have no regrets if this happens. I mean, if someone would tell me if you have to repeat it all over again, yeah, I wouldn't change, except for that privacy thing. I would want us to have privacy instead. Except for that, I wouldn't change. Michael and I are lucky to have found each other, and also for the things that we do. Not everything is smooth for us guys, but everything that we have applied for is going through. Even the jobs I'm applying, we're so lucky. And so I don't mind like the few arguments that we have, and I love our debates. I love it when I interrogate him about anything really. I love debating with him because he has lots of brains, guys. He is an engineer after all. He's a scientist. I love the way he thinks. Sometimes he does say something that's weird to me because, you know, he's American, he's a guy who would say things that I don't approve or I don't agree with. But then, like for example, Trump, he would say things, yes, Trump is arrogant, and he does agree, but then he would say, Trump is good for the country. You know, Michael is similar to me. Yes, he can be arrogant, but he's a rational person, and I love it that he uses science. Even about God, he uses science to prove his thought, his idea. I love that about him. I've always really believed, since I was a kid, I did believe in God. I did believe in Jesus, but mostly in Jesus. I couldn't feel God like every day, and that's what I told Michael. And Michael has helped me by using science. Like for example, if you watch this movie, guys, The Case for Christ, I suggest the movie and not the book. This author or journalist, Lee Strobel, was an atheist, and he proved that Jesus is a son of God by science. Like, you know, the poem Iliad, people think it did exist, and there's, I think, just one copy or a few copies, and we say yes, Iliad existed, no question about it, and yet there's only a few proof about it, while the Bible has thousands of proof. And not only that, the existence of God, there's proof using science. So how come we believe in Iliad and some of us doubt Jesus or God? I mean, that's a very good film. That's how Michael is, guys. I told him that I wanted to feel God, every day. I could feel him and Jesus when I would be very happy or very sad. The in between was a bit iffy. I couldn't feel them, and he was never forcing me. He never forced me to go to church because I'm used to going to church, but I never cried in a church before, not in a Catholic, not in a Protestant church, but here in the States, we have this First Baptist church, and like almost every time I go in there, especially when we sing, I cry or get teary-eyed. It touches me. And Michael, after 1 year of being together, he said, "Remember, babe, you told me you couldn't feel God, and now you do." I said, "Yes." I mean, more often. That's how Michael is. I think it's because we are a perfect match. That's why we can understand each other. That's why we can reach each other. I totally believe we were born to be together. So if you have been watching my videos, you know I'm always telling you how good Michael is. He is like a very good person, and our combination as together, it's more than I thought, because we know each other now. We are still learning how we are, but it's an exciting journey. I wish we met much earlier so we can be together, but I do believe in life after this, so I would still be with him, and I do hope Maria will find someone who matches her, because I want her to be happy. Now, I'm not saying that if you find your soulmate, you're always happy. It still depends on how you are. Like, I'm a jolly person, as Filipinos are. There are more who are jollier than me, but I'm an optimistic person, and it all depends on how you want to be. Do you want to be in a miserable life, in a miserable relationship? It needs work. It's not just we're connected, we're bonded. You need to work on it. You need to respect the other person. You need to spend time with the other person. You can't take things for granted. You can't take each other for granted. It's like all relationship. Even when you have kids, you need to spend time with them. You need to invest time with them, and especially a marriage, because you're supposed to be with that person until you die, and if you believe in God, also after that life. So